Hello, Spirits of Vengeance, and welcome back to the Ghost Rider Vlog, and the Ghost Rider's 50th issue. So, we come back once again to the Ghost Rider's 50th issue from his original run. This is in the 1980, I believe. Double checking. This is from 1980. This was the second to last issue for that year, so this means that it's the November issue. So give thanks for 50th Ghost Rider. So we got the main story for this particular one is the meetup, as we can tell by the cover. The meetup of the current Ghost Rider and the original Ghost Rider, now dubbed the Knight Rider. I get the feeling that David Hasselhoff will be taking that name before too long. So anyway, obviously that book, if that was actually a book that came back, didn't last very long. And obviously Marvel didn't really care too much about that one because, again, didn't last very long. Anyway, main synopsis is that Ghost Rider has indeed gone back in time. He is Johnny Blaze is attacked by Indians upon his arrival in the past, about 100 years into the past, I might add. So it'd be somewhere around, I would assume, 1880 then. And he is shot by a couple of Indians, but he manages to outmaneuver one that comes up to try and finish him off and steals his horse. However, upon his fleeing, he is losing too much blood from the 2 or 3 arrows and is slowly being rendered unconscious, but is saved at the last minute by the Knight Rider, or as he is dubbed by the Native Americans, he who rides on the winds of night. He is able to, with the use of a cloak that's only glowing on the outside, able to make himself look like he's incorporeal and bits of him are missing at random points. So he spooks off the Indians and manages to save Johnny, to which Johnny's trying to figure out how he's supposed to get back home after his recovery. But before he's able to make moves on that, a villain from this current timeline named the Scorpion makes his move to blow up the bank and try to steal money. Johnny is forced to save a child before he and the rest of the normal law-abiding citizens ride off to try and stop the Scorpion. However, the Scorpion is also a heavy wielder of dynamite and manages to blow up a pass that they were going to have to take in order to catch up with him. Johnny decides now is a good time to head off on his own to try and get away back home, but at the same time, the Knight Rider decides to also head off to try and catch up with the Vigilantes. Both of them cutting off the Vigilantes actually in their planned moves to get out of there, and Johnny decides to take on his form as Ghost Rider and help out. The Ghost Rider does manage to capture a couple of them, and the Desperados then run themselves into the Knight Rider before they get sick and tired of this, and their leader, the Scorpion, sends another pile of dynamite heading their way. The Ghost Rider manages to take a majority of the blast before turning back into Johnny, but also the blast throws rubble at the Knight Rider, who is then rendered nearly unconscious and heavily wounded. He is given instructions that there's a map with some stuff laid out that he is supposed to go back to, I believe it was Nightstar was the Indian medicine man's name. Anyway, he's supposed to go back to Star in order to help get him patched up because he can't be trusted in the hands of normal doctors because then they would know his secret identity. To which, just hearing his voice, Johnny knew who it was. So he takes the school teacher / Knight Rider back to get patched up and proceeds on his own to try and find a way back home. The daughter of the medicine man is the same woman who brought Johnny to this particular time and era anyways, and is given a vision that the demon Ghost Rider is nearing their sacred land, and that she must stop him, not realizing that it's technically under control of Johnny. They have another duking out with the Spirit Indian, but as it's about to kill Johnny, the Scorpion shows up and kidnaps, I think her name is Deer? Something Deer? Anyways, the Indian girl is captured by Scorpion, who then forces the Ghost Indian to disappear, allowing Johnny to become Ghost Rider again and save the girl, and finally capture Scorpion and his men, and forcing them to turn themselves in and give in the loot. So everything finally said and done. He is given the same stone that brought him here in the first place, and is allowed to go back to his own time. When he arrives, he's actually sent back an additional 10 minutes before everything started with the whole dam going up. So he is actually given more time to actually stop everything, to which he appears again as Ghost Rider, removes the dynamite with one quick pull, and tosses it into the air with his demonic strength and lets it blow up in the sky uselessly. He then launches himself off the dam and uses his Hellfire to stop the 3 men that were planting the dynamite and capture them all. And then proceeds to ride off into the sunset, or sunrise rather. It is our Ghost Rider after all. And that is the end of our tale. Interesting story, very long, definitely needed the double wide, or otherwise this would have been a 3-parter easily. And also I would add at the end of this book, we are given alternate covers for some of the guest starring appearances, including Son of Satan, the Incredible Hulk, and what's his face again? The Eagle guy, Phantom Eagle. Phantom Eagle, the other World War II hero that's not Captain America, and actually died, sadly. But we're doing alternate covers for these particular heroes because they were past heroes from Marvel, and at least give them a decent mention since they were guest appearances. But that is pretty much it for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.